Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On 1st and 10, Gilbert. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Gilbert would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Gilbert. He goes to Lamb again. This time he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
18 on the play.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Ezekiel Elliott.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Midfield. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Gilbert. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done. And on the opening drive of the game.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now Rippon on 1st and 10. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Number 28.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Denver Broncos.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2 seconds to go, 1st quarter. On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Gilbert's pass.
CeeDee Lamb, 70 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
For the point after.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 29.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around? And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 71 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Gilbert toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of us.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. This is Elliott. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Ezekiel Elliott.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Elliott.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 29.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
To Jeremy
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
First down.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Gilbert's
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Operating from the gun. Gilbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Gilbert. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeremy Sprinkle there to make the grab. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Broncos 8.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards. Yeah, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going.
And he's going to go down. They get to it at the 40.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
That's good.
That goes for a gain of 31. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy there to make the grab. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3. brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Now Wilson down around his goal line. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It got his man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 57 yards. Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Being chased out left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports, and that will be incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Courtland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. From the gun, Gilbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Russell Wilson's sack.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
The quarterback.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Oh, fighting off the defender. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be 1st and 10, Broncos from deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete, Okuebunam. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
In the end zone.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Fielded in the end zone. Fighting him off. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18.
So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 6. 7, 54 seconds to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He's back to throw. Escapes the defender. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 to first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd and short. Wilson to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll conserve whatever time he can as they'll opt to bring it out to the 25-yard line. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And they take a knee.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're ball security is paramount. So they